What's up guys, Firewolf Tech here, showing you guys the ROG Strix XG27ACS gaming monitor. This is a 27-inch fast IPS gaming monitor that features a 1440p resolution and is priced just under $300, making it very budget friendly. Looking deeper into the specs, we get a respectable 180Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, a 97% DCI-P3 color gamut coverage, and it's NVIDIA G-Sync compatible for some buttery smooth gameplay. The screen is flat, which is what I would prefer for a 27-inch monitor, and this stand saves you a lot of desk space. One of my favorite standout features of this monitor is the USB-C DisplayPort input, which is fire. With a retail price of $299, I want to know if this 27-inch gaming monitor is worth getting for your gaming desk setup. Huge thanks to ASUS for sending this monitor out for me to review for you guys. Now let's unbox the ROG Strix XG27ACS. Comes in this really nice box here. You can see the ROG logo on the box. Really nice touch. Alright, first thing we're going to see is the accessory pouch. I'll reveal later. Alright, now that we got that out the box, inside we're going to have a nice quick start guide. And they're also going to give us really nice stickers here. Next thing we're going to see is a ASUS VIP member notice, which is awesome. Alright, next we're going to have the base here. It's going to be really nice and simple here. And we have Republic of Gamers on the bottom right. And right underneath it, we do have a wingtip screw, making it very easy to install, so I do like that a lot. Alright, next we have the arm portion of the base here. Nice dark gunmetal gray color. And I do love that touch on the stand here. We have ROG and that silver. Alright, let's get to the main event. Alright, here we have the back of the monitor here, and it definitely looks really cool. Alright, here's the accessory pouch that we saw earlier here, and I like the fact that they give you this little pouch here. It's a nice, interesting touch that not a lot of brands do here. So inside the accessory pouch, we're going to have a US plug here. There is no power brick, so that's going to be built into the monitor itself, so it's just a cable, which is really good. And finally, they're going to give us a DisplayPort cable here, and what I like about their cables here is that they give you a nice little ROG touch to it. Really nice. I like how they pay attention to details. All right, to install the stand, it's very, very easy. All we have to do is going to take the arm portion over here. We're going to angle it down. And then we're going to push it down. You're going to hear a nice little click. And then finally, we're going to grab the base over here. We're going to flip it over. We're going to line it up with the bottom. And then using the wingtip screw here, all we have to do is just screw it in place. You want to make sure it's nice and tight, and that's pretty much it. The installation is very easy. You're just going to pick it up and drop it in. The back design of this monitor looks fire, with the lines that shoot across on one side and the other side featuring the ROG logo, which gives it a nice gamer's touch. There's no RGB lighting on the back, but you do get some nice silvery chrome on the stand that shines with the light. The stand also includes a mounting screw to mount things like a camera or lighting, which is super convenient for those that stream or make content. The base has a small footprint, which helps maximize your desk space and looks better than those monitor feet bases that stick out. The base also has a phone holder, which is pretty cool, but depending on the phone and thickness of your case, it may not fit all the way in. Overall, this stand is great, and I also like how well it hides your cables using the pass-through cable management on the stand. You also get great height adjustments, amazing swivel range, tilts, and you can even pivot the screen on either side. The stand is very sturdy, and I like how the monitor swivels with the stand. And there's even a cool dial on the base, so you know exactly where the middle is. Looking at the inputs of this monitor, we get one DisplayPort 1.4, one HDMI 2.0, and I always love to see it, a USB-C DisplayPort input, which is awesome. Now before you start attacking the HDMI port for not being HDMI 2.1, it's actually not that bad for console gamers, which I'll cover later in this video. We also get a 3.5mm headphone jack, which makes it easier to connect to your external speakers. I would have liked to see a USB hub, but given the price range, I'm glad they chose the USB-C input since it makes it easier to connect your laptop or other devices. Now let's test out the gaming performance of the ROG Strix XG27ACS using my black gaming PC equipped with a 4080 Super and the Ryzen 7900X. Playing fast-paced and action-packed games like Call of Duty has been great on this monitor. The 180Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, and G-Sync makes gaming buttery smooth. It also helps that this monitor is 1440p, which is perfect for this size and allows more performance over 4K monitors. I'm running Modern Warfare 3 on extreme settings with NVIDIA's DLAA and frame generation, and it looks fire. I get well over 180 frames, and even when the frames dip below 180, I haven't experienced any tears or lag. There's also AMD FreeSync support and VESA certified adaptive sync, which is awesome. Talking about VISA certified, this monitor is also certified for Display HDR 400, which is the lowest entry-level certification, but at least we know we can expect some good HDR gaming. I tried HDR on Forza 5 and it looked really good, and I also like the fact that this monitor gives you the option to adjust the brightness level by turning it on the settings, and this is something that most monitors don't allow you to do. For FPS gaming, I didn't find HDR useful, and I preferred SDR because you get more control thanks to ASUS's Game Plus features that are baked into the settings. You can change game view profiles to have it optimized based on the type of game that you play. The FPS mode, for example, increases the black stabilizer, which makes it easier to spot enemies in the dark, which is very useful. You can add crosshairs, FPS counters, timers, and so much more. There are also AI features that enhance your experience, such as dynamic crosshair, dynamic shadow boost, and variable overdrive 2.0. The dynamic shadow boost is useful for automatically adjusting the black and white levels that gives you more details when gaming. For FPS gaming though, I still preferred using the manual shadow boost level 1 and dynamic for other games. Variable overdrive adjusts the overdrive settings to minimize ghosting and overshoot as refresh rate fluctuates. There's 20 different level settings, but I found the default of 10 to be a great balance. If all those features weren't enough, there's also an extreme low motion blue sync option, or ELMB for short. This syncs with the monitor's refresh rate, which helps eliminate ghosting and tearing when you're running high frames per second. Overall, the amount of customization and control make this an amazing budget-friendly gaming monitor. Taking a deeper dive into this 27-inch IPS display, you get great factory calibrated color accuracy, and instead of giving you a hard copy report in the box, you get a nice electronic report that you can see and download using Display Widget. Colors look great with a 97% DCI-P3 color gamut, with many customization options to tweak to your liking. You're not going to see perfect deep blacks like you do with OLED or higher contrast levels from V8 panels, but this IPS panels does color right. We get a typical SDR brightness of 350 nits and an HDR peak brightness of 400 nits, which for me is good enough given the price of this monitor. Like most monitors, the XG27ACS has a matte non-glare coating that helps keep harsh lights and bright environments from ruining your gaming experience. I'm able to comfortably use this monitor even with two large windows on the opposite side. For nighttime use, it helps that you can adjust blue light levels, and the tough, flicker-free, and low blue light certification makes this monitor give you less eye fatigue. So how does a PS5 perform on this monitor given the fact that this monitor only has HDMI 2.0? Well, the good news is that the PS5 will be able to output 1440p resolution with variable refresh rates all the way up to 120Hz, which is perfect for console gamers. The reason why you can get 120Hz despite HDMI 2.0 is because of the lower 2560 by 1440 resolution. Had this been 4K, then yes, you'll be limited to 60Hz. So make sure you test 1440p resolution in the PS5 settings and change it to 1440p, since by default it will output 4K. PS5 HDR gaming looks amazing on this monitor, and you can see the VRR kick in for games that support it using the monitor's FPS counter. Since this monitor doesn't have any built-in speakers, thankfully we still have a 3.5mm jack on the back, which you can connect to external speakers. Sure, headphones give you way better audio immersion, but it's still nice to be able to output sound when you don't want to use headphones. This monitor is a great choice for console gamers looking to enjoy high refresh rates in a 27-inch form factor while minimizing the wallet impact. One of my favorite features that I love to see on a monitor is USB-C DisplayPort inputs, which makes connecting your MacBook or laptop easy and seamless with just one cable. Connecting my M3 MacBook Pro with USB-C gives me the full resolution at 180Hz refresh rate, which is fire. You also have power delivery, which is great, but is very low at about 7.5 watts. It's still good enough for laptops that don't draw a lot of power. macOS looks great on this monitor, and I like how I can have my PS5, gaming PC, and MacBook all connected separately. I do wish there was a USB hub with a KVM switch though, which would have been nice. To access the menu and settings, there's buttons located on the back right with a 4-directional joystick, 3 dedicated shortcut keys, and the power button. The menu has that familiar ROG theme with many options and customizations from brightness, game visuals, colors, and so much more. The 3 shortcut keys on the back can be customized to whatever quick settings you'd like, making quick changes a lot easier. You can also download the Display Widget to make changes on the software instead. This is also where you can get your color electronic report. If you're concerned about the longevity of this IPS display, the good news is that ASUS is giving you a 3-year warranty, which is amazing. It's great knowing you're covered for a long time just in case, and it shows how confident ASUS is about their displays. Using this 27-inch gaming monitor for productivity has been a good experience. You get great color accuracy, which makes creative work better. While I personally prefer ultra-wide monitors, you can still get things done on this 27-inch monitor. You get a pixel density of about 109 pixels per inch, which is good enough for sharp and easy to read text. I can use 2 windows side by side effectively, and using DaVinci Resolve was also great. You can get more productivity if you get a second one for a dual screen setup. So is the ROG Strix XG27ACS a worthy gaming monitor for your gaming setup? Well, I think this monitor is a great budget-friendly 1440p gaming monitor that gives you a lot of features and value packed into this 27-inch IPS display. It's not the cheapest 1440p gaming monitor, but with a price just under $300, I find the dollars being maximized on great gaming performance and versatile connections. Sure, you might not be getting a faster 240Hz refresh rate monitor, but you're getting a refined 180Hz gaming monitor that works great with its adaptive sync technology. Let's not forget that you're also getting awesome next-gen console performance with 120Hz VRR support, which is great for PS5 gaming or Series X. I have no problems recommending this monitor for those that are looking for a good IPS display that gives you a fast refresh rate with a lot of customizations, and most importantly, their game visuals that could give you the edge in FPS gaming, because for me, that is definitely a great feature to have on a monitor. Overall, the XG27ACS is a great 1440p IPS monitor that I have no problems recommending. If you're interested in getting this monitor or the many tech that you've seen in this video, I will have affiliate links down below, which also helps and support the Firewolf Tech channel. Huge thanks to ASUS for sending this out for me to review and showcase this budget-friendly monitor. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video, and I would also like to know your thoughts and feedbacks in the comments down below. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I would love your support with a like, share, and subscribe. Firewolf out.